So this is my 2015 BMW 5 Series. The point of this video was to make a complaining video, to complain about how it is to own a decent car like this while you're broke. But now that I've had some time to think about it, it kind of comes across as third world country problems, obviously. So from an outsider perspective, it would definitely sound like a spoiled rich kid who isn't happy with what he has. But I should be very clear that I am very grateful to have it. Nobody bought it for me. I pay on it. And that's about all I can pay on. I could not be living with parents, live in my own place, but instead I'd rather have a 5 Series. But since I'm here, I might as well talk about it anyway. So it's not cheap. Got to put 93 in it, which to any normal person with a good paying job, it wouldn't be a problem. But as much as I drive it, since it's my daily driver, the gas kind of sucks a tiny little bit. And then we get on to the things like tires. I just got a brand new set on the front and back. Straightforward, it was $1,400. And that's not a flex at all. I'm not trying to brag. I didn't even pay for them yet. I'm still paying on them. Thank God my work has perks to it where they can let me spend this much money on tires and let me pay it off over time. That is the only reason I would have been able to get these. Because on the fronts, the sidewall was down to the wires. I think on both sides. It might have been one side, I forgot. And then the rears, the inner sidewall was also coming down to the wires on both sides too. These things need special alignments where you need to put bags and weight plates in it, which I think is ridiculous to begin with. The previous owner probably took it to a regular shop. On top of the Lionheart Walmart branded wheels that he got for it, I guess next thing would be oil changes. Oil changes are like $130 every time. I do it like every 3,500 miles because I want to keep the maintenance up on the car. I don't want to neglect it. I'm going to do what I can with what I have. It's been doing well for me so far. I've driven it probably about 12,000 miles I've owned it for about a year, coming up in a few days actually. And it has been optimistically very reliable for a BMW, for a V8 BMW that has known issues for burning oil, which it very much does. If I sit and idle for too long in very hot weather, it just boof out the rear, and it smoke screens the other cars behind me, causing a massive pileup. Another thing will soon be brakes. We'll get to this in a minute. Brakes are fine. I just cleaned my car and it's already dusty. That's pretty cool. Fronts are fine. The rears, well, I mean, they have decent life left, but sooner or later, they're gonna have to be replaced. I've been told that I should be replacing the rotors because I think he said they might be heat warped, which ow, I just drove it. That was stupid. I can't really tell if it is. It looks decently fine to me. Then again, that's just me really not wanting to spend the money, which is probably like $1,000 on just brake rotors for the car, because I don't have it anyway. I guess I could add in that I wash it frequently. I can't have it detailed professionally. I mean, I guess I could do it myself, but I'm not professional. I don't think you can see it. I don't know, you can kind of maybe see it a little bit on there. There are, I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up, tons, like shit tons of micro scratches all over the car because it's constantly running through a car wash, but I constantly want to keep it clean. I don't want to have this thing looking like shit. As far as maintenance goes, I've only been able to do oil changes, spark plugs, ignition coils, fluid drains like coolant, brake fluid. I could realistically do a coolant flush. It seems to be doing fine as it is, but I probably will do that soon. This car could use a transmission service, which is a new trans pan, because the filter is included in the pan because BMW design is so amazing. If you get a trans pan and the fluid from BMW, it's like $900. I don't have the money for that. I'm using the money that I could use for that to keep it. But FCP Euro has basically the same pan with ZF trans fluid to put in it for like $250. I feel like that's a decent price, but again, all the money is going to the car payment and the insurance. It's not really doable for me. Other things that aren't really maintenance related. This headlight, nope, not that headlight. This headlight, the LEDs don't work. The halos and the little couple strips here, and it's not the biggest deal. It's not the headlight itself still works, but it's significantly dim compared to this one for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because the module is out. It does need a module. That was figured out from the previous owner. That's like $1,000, I think, just to fix that, which is basically the same as to buy a brand new headlight. And at that point, I'd probably buy both headlights brand new so it could match, because I hate buying one and then the other one looking, I guess, older. Other things, the front bumper, it was in very shitty condition, and I didn't help by running over a parking block. This lip right there stuck in it, so now the brackets are kind of off, and this bracket especially is barely hanging on. You'll notice I glued it. I glued this bracket, very adhesive glue from a collision shop, which is at my work, and it was doing fine. It held up, made it look nice, and then the bumper started splitting off from the bracket, which was already broken. That is not fixable. I've tried to fix it already, but the tension, like I have to really like hold it up. I mean, it's not too much tension, but it is enough to where glue will not hold that. So that's another thing. It could use a brand new front bumper and an inner fender, because the inner fender, it's destroyed on the bottom. It's popped out, doesn't really hold up. All included, $2,500 to replace that. I got a quote. I don't have the money for that. Roughly the last thing will be this. This is some kind of Bondo paint cracking. It kind of started with this one here, and it's just like spreading like a fucking plague. It's kind of started, I don't think the camera will pick it up. It's kind of started over here a little bit, which is great. That means the car has been in an accident, more than likely. All in all, that's pretty cool. That also explains why this side, the tire rubs like hell. Yeah, liquid tread. Brand new $900 tires that I haven't even paid for yet, and they're already being destroyed. This side, however, doesn't do it. So obviously that side, something is off, or maybe the left side of BMWs were just built stronger. So a good question that most reasonable people would ask, why don't you sell it? You can barely afford it. You could have your own place and not live with your parents. And that's a very good point. It's a very logical reason. I have been at the point where I have considered heavily putting this up for sale and getting the few grand back that I would get for it, because I'd have to pay the rest of the loan off. Get a cheap car, run that around, which is more reasonable. But every time I've come to that conclusion, I get in the car and I start driving it. First, obviously. And then you can see that my, just ignore that. Ignore all of that. Just ignore my service due. Definitely don't need a battery at all. The startup sounds so good on this car. If I wasn't in a church parking lot, I'd rev bomb the shit out of it. I'm gonna go drive it instead. It is just so good. It pisses off the people that were just over that direction, and I feel actually terrible. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make the point of ow. I cannot see. Thank God we're turning this way. Every time I drive this car, I want to do everything I can to possibly keep it. And if that means dealing with more financial hell just so I can drive a half decent car, I'll put myself through it, which is, makes the most sense. so good. Every time I want to put this car up for sale, I just can't, because it's the best car I've owned. It's the 20th car I've owned in my life, the 7th BMW, and it's the best car by far. That's the most fun I've ever had driving a car. I mean, like, I have driven nicer cars, more expensive cars, but when it's your own car, it's completely different. It has run great for me for the last year I've had it. I've done a couple things to it, which is like turbo inlet tube, because they were both cracked. And then occasionally a check engine light comes on, that's not that. It would come on because there's some like evap leak or something, and it usually goes away. Just not get over how fun this car is. And it is. And it's almost gotten me in trouble a couple times, allegedly. I got to the point where I could finally have it, and it's been one of the best things that I've done. As far as where I go from here, I don't know. I want to keep making this some kind of series. I don't know what series it would be. I've gotten the idea of, if I have enough people that watch this, I could take suggestions on what I could do to possibly fix the small issues. Cheaper ways, do-it-yourself ways. I could use my car as a sort of kind of project, in a way, and work on it myself, and potholes. I could get some videos out of it that way. But for now, I am very lucky to have this car. I thank God every day that I was able to have something like this, and that I'm able to work for it, even though it might not be the best situation, but I'm still able to keep it. So I guess as far as video's sake, that's all I can say about it. I will definitely make some sort of videos. I will definitely make some sort of kind of videos from this. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be. Could be some kind of trips. Could be legal car meets. Since this being my first video and everything, I'm not exactly sure what is and what isn't allowed, but it's not like I'm exactly monetized, so I'll be back soon with something. Thank you for wasting your time listening to me rant about my third world country issues. Yeah, get some accelerating clips with traffic. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.